Happy Sunday, superstars! Today I'm proud to say that I did my self-care Sunday. I had the Theragun, or I think it's called percussive massage gun, all over my body. I have plantar fasciitis that I'm managing. And then I foam rolled top to toe. I was listening to a great book right now. It's the Bitcoin Standard. I am very interested in the whole cryptocurrency and that whole new way of finances. And speaking of books, I want to recommend two others that I've been consuming lately. One is Why Buddhism is True, great book, and then an amazing, thought-provoking, very nice book that is called The Discouraged to Be Disliked. Sounds like perfect Pauline, right? Yes, I love that book. So, back to the focus on this little Sunday chat. My self-care Sunday has been taking care of my body, preparing for a new leg day tomorrow. And today I started a new kind of chapter in my coaching life because I realized that my training philosophy, my ways of workout design, my various ways to stimulate my body to progress and to override injuries, all that has been one long journey, and it's not the end. It's every day. But I started to create. I wrote today. Was gonna compare my squat lifts in the past with much less range of motion, more kind of, not going to parallel, not even below that. Compare that to what I'm doing now in order to show you, my clients, how this of total volume, how it adds up, and how something that looks lighter might actually be more muscle stimulating and so on. So all of that was what I started. But you know how I am. I can talk forever or telling you a story. So I actually accidentally kind of wrote down my whole training biography. So I started innocently started when I was 17. So Arnold on the cover, how I trained in the beginning and then how it evolved through the first years of pumping, and I wrote about how I just pretty much trained what I felt was what I wanted. I didn't train biceps, didn't train glutes, because I was under the impression that I have too big butt anyway. I didn't know it's just all fat. Then I took you on the whole journey of max OT training, and then coming to become a pro, IFBB Fitness Pro. Then the training from there between my fitness model years between 2008 and all the way to 2018. It wasn't the whole book, but I got into a flow of consciousness and kind of just put it all out there, and I haven't done that, so it was kind of good. If I had known that I was going to write like this, I wouldn't have started it. So in this document, I then compared my squat weight and the reps and the load and to what I'm doing now. I'm comparing bench, dumbbell, triceps, dumbbell press, because I don't do regular bench press. Never felt good in my shoulders. Pull-ups, sloppy cheaty style with a lot of weight compared to now. And shoulder press, dumbbell row, seal row with dumbbells. So the most of the big lifts, and in that I also added conventional deadlifts, my max lift and for how many reps, and Romanian deadlift, a typical workout volume with reps and sets for German volume training, for instance. So then I started to calculate that and made a list and a chart. You can definitely see how can I grow muscle now beyond what I've had with my pre-existing injuries that are healed up, knowing that I can't use my lifts from the past, because in that loading curve it would hit the same soft spots, and then I explain what I mean by soft spots. It's already injured areas will have not the same original elasticity and the kind of good quality as in what you get when you're injured. That's what is known, that once injured, very hard to kind of have the same bounce in the tendons and ligaments and so on. Tendons. And I know in my life that everyone always looks like, oh, injuries suck. Yeah, they do, but they also teach you so much. And if you are more passionate about finding a way than you are to complain about what you can't do, you will be like me, coming out on top with better. And that is how I feel now, that I'm on the high of my fitness life right now. I have never loved my training more than right now. In this comparison between the lifts, it's insane to see how training one's ego and training short range of motion, which is, I was training better than most, right? But I still wasn't at all up to par to what I'm doing now. And I went through how I built it up and how I was exhausted and fatigued and couldn't even do one set, and now where I'm now and how I'm progressing and what I'm setting as goal. So it became my first Sunday kind of newsletter thing. Now, I was already planning to do a Sunday special with my Sunday Iron Eagle newsletter to share with all of that content that I have for Fighter Diet books that are pretty much more like continuous education with me in my life. And then I realizing that in my Iron Eagle arena on Uscreen, where I have Fighter Diet recipe apps and Fighter Diet meal plans and Keep It Super Simple, Pobo and Kiss, all that I'm adding there as resources, it became such a natural flow of lessons. As in my training, the way I talk about on my workout videos, now I just have this passion of actually writing it down. Look, because for me, how the heck would you know how I think if I don't take the time to kind of show you methodic, what do you say it? When I do it really systemically, so you see what I mean, the way I do with calorie budget, the way I do with nutrition, to really show you, this is what I do, this is how I calculate. Let now we sum it up. I've never taken the time to do that. I guess I haven't been interested because I have been a little bit of I haven't been as interested in that as nutrition, of course. So of those two, nutrition has always been my first interest, training second, because nutrition was my big challenge for myself with discipline. But now training, that I'm so grateful that I can train again, is now my big passion, because the diet, that's no problem. That's just natural, the way I maintain it, and it's not based on discipline. That is based on force, or that I have no choice. I have a choice. I could eat any diet I want, and I don't. I want to eat the way I do. So definitely solved my diet problem and became a program, so Fighter Diet. So today, Iron Eagle got a new way of having a lesson. So what I did is I added a little preview video of this document, and then I uploaded it to resources. You can click that and download, and you can read it and kind of have it like a little Sunday lesson that I hope can motivate you to not think that you're weaker than you were when you're younger. How is that going to help out? I show you how to compare, and I can't wait to see how you are going to feel when you go and do some comparison. If maybe you're one of those who do my VIP clients who are doing 50 lifts that are form checked so we can progress. Imagine that now, when you're realizing that it's not a shame, it's an opportunity and such a blessing in disguise that you have trained like a sissy like me. But I just thought I trained hard and heavy. Hard and heavy is not at all as precise and focused, right? And then how I progress now is I am very, very patient. So I'm building up my German volume training with 95 pounds sets to do 95 pounds for 20 reps for 10 sets total. That's a huge load. So I show all that and how many thousands of pounds it becomes. And that's just part of my training. So when you do those calculations, you can really see how you can train beyond the basic and you can find your way. You just have to be willing to give up on the way you have built your body in the first place. I trained for almost 20 years before I had to find a new way, because it was thanks to injuries and pains and aches, and then the lockdown that took away the gym access, and then I became a home training lover, that all that led me to find my way. In that of training at home, I became super athletic and did a lot more calisthenics, not to tone, but to be able to train to gain. And that made a segue to explain how my Caesar Training Day 10-minute system has actually evolved, with me needing to shut off my max power, because exerting max power was more risky for injuries and my body wouldn't do it. So here's a good kind of rule I want you to know that I've made for myself. Well, not rule, but a tip. That I will keep on breaking down where I have already been injured if I keep on loading in a way that my body's already worn out from doing it. So that's why deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, lunges, regular lunges, all those mass moves that I always swore by are not in my fitness life for myself. For clients, yes, because if you can do them, great. But for me, I always end up either injure myself again or not being able to come past a certain load. So now I'm gonna be stopped, held back, because I'm keep doing what I've always done, and now my body will not have it. It won't handle it. And trust me, I tried to kind of just lighten up on the load and keep on doing the same moves. It wasn't enough. That it would still be that same spot would keep on injuring and stop me. So I figured that out and I just cut those out. I've been deadlifting all my life. I don't have to do it again more. Range of motion, a sloppy form versus cheat mode, and the difference in weight I use versus how I'm doing now. Here's a great example. So I was comparing pull-ups. And in my heydays of the train my ego more than my body at Gold's Gym, I was pulling 75 pounds. It was 90 pounds one time, I forgot that. 75 pounds on a dip belt and do 6 reps. I got over the bar and I was going all from bottom all the way up. In most people's world, badass and excellent form, and everyone praised me. But definitely not biomechanically and not execution the way I do now. The way I don't allow myself to train now, because I would ruin my shoulders. Plus, I'm not even training my back efficiently. It's just training my ego. And that's the form I see always online, and everyone get mad at me for calling out that and say, well, you did it. Yeah, but not anymore. I'm not training like a little girl anymore. But that's what I see so many trainers do, because they have not given up on their ego. They train their ego more than they train the body, get defensive and hate it. But I don't, because it matters more for me to get results and to learn and to evolve than it is to hold on to something that I know deep down is not according to the best standard. So when I kind of compare that in my best days I could do 6 good, excellent, amazing L-shape when you have flexed hips from the bottom, no swing, all the way up. 6 reps, I might have been able to do that. But cheating I could do with 75 pounds up, because that was not about keeping form and leading with the chest and really work smooth and continuous. So 6 reps then, and I kind of just take 120 pounds of my body weight, was maybe 700, 800 pounds total. Compare that to today, when I do 15 reps on a good set, not all of them, with the same weight, and that's a whole lot more I'm pulling. No wonder my back is growing, right? So it's all about the quality. So the Sunday school with VIP Iron Eagles on my paulinodin.uscreen.io, there's a whole playlist where I'm going to add these Sunday shares, where I'm going to have a daily or have a weekly kind of written little PDF with my thoughts, like a newsletter, like a lesson from your coach. So I love that because I love to have the time to keep you in the loop and keep engaging. And also that is how I share with my training philosophy. And today also I sent out my Sunday newsletter about Devil's Advocate and tips about that and how it works. So if you want to join my newsletter, it's there for my continuous education to keep you motivated and learn little by little. So yeah, that is what was new with me, and now I'm gonna go and shop. Thank you for you, and if you want to join my VIP coaching with 50 lifts to check from me, then you send me an email. You can request or inquire about it. I am limited edition because I'm just one coach and I select my clients that I want to engage with. Then, of course, you have a free trial on my paulinodin.uscreen.io. And if you want to have the weekly VIP coach calls for adherence, compliance, rebuilding yourself, transforming mind, transforming body, fitness transformation that happens, you can also request on that. And again, I'm limited edition. I'm very picky with who I work with, so make sure that you are motivated and that you are focused and want to actually solve your diet problems and achieve your goals, not just kind of want to start over, because that is not how you grow. So yeah, I'm a coach who is dedicated to you, and I love having my real intellectual, calm and motivated conversations, and I love to get to know my clients and build up long-term relationships, because that's how you build a masterpiece of body. It's also how you build your life. And since I'm spending time with my clients, it's very important that the clients I spend my time with are interesting. As in, you gotta know that you enjoy my time with you. Because if not, we're not gonna be compatible. So you pick your coach and your trainer the way you want to hang out with someone. If not, it's not gonna be worth it. For me, I just don't want to have boring company or company who want to complain or nag and not take ownership. So I'm a little tough, but I'm also very loving. And I think tough love is something you need sometimes. And you also need care and understanding and a little laugh and cry. And I get all that in my clients. I love when you trust me. And I love when you open yourself up and when you actually invest in yourself and have me there. So yeah, you are amazing. And here's a funny thing, or cute. You feel that, Pauline, I might need you a few more months before I have a few momentum to change my lifestyle completely, change my life. And I'm saying, oh, darling, 3 months will maybe be your body transformation. But the true challenge becomes after you have made the first transformation, and now you're going to maintain it. Everything changes. So I'm sorry, but you're going to be stuck with me longer, not for the body per se, but the maintaining life is when everything starts to break down. Focus on a goal and a target is easier than to maintain something that is life. That's the difference between project and life. And most people kind of have to just have projects, fitness projects, because you don't know what to do and you fall off and just start over again instead of evolving and leveling up. So my specialty is to not start over, but to actually evolve and expand and grow. And that requires commitment and long-term relationship thinking and reflection. So that's why I want you to know that I am really happy about having my clients long-term. My greatest clients have trained with me for years consistently. That's how you build, and I love that because it's like having my best friend and we just have the best work together. So thank you for you.